Let me start out this video by saying this is a video that your boy heavily despised making, but it's a video that really needs to be made. You all know what I'm about to talk about. Arch-Gen types. Oh my, I hate it so much, man. Arch-Gen types are a core mechanic in Grand Summoners, and guess what? You will not find no mention of this mechanic talked about anywhere in game. So in this video, I'm gonna do my best to try to tell you guys how you can kind of differentiate between each Arch-Gen type and how you can kind of know what unit belongs to what. However, there are some exceptions. Don't take everything as like, oh, they're always gonna belong to this Arch-Gen type because GS is weird. Sometimes they throw us for a loop and they put them in a completely different one. Let's start with the easiest one right now, which is Group A. Any Finn, or this guy, belongs to Group A, and there's no way to actually tell that they are Group A apart from just the fact that they're Finn. And that's it. Next is Group B, which Group B is home to literally the largest pool of units. Like guys, I'm talking about it's home to Haruto, it's home to Emperor, it's home to BF Emperor, Ultimate Paladin Roy, Halloween Forte. You guys get the point. But the way how you can tell if someone belongs to Group B, for the most part, how they do it now, this wasn't always the case, which is why if you look at Group B, you may see some crossover characters are in Group B still. Group B is Arch-Geners that are from Grand Summoners. If you see someone Arch-Genning and they don't have a condition tied to, and they are a GS original character, 9 times out of 10, they're Group B. Next is Group C, which hardly no one belongs to Group C now. The most notable release that belongs to this Arch-Gen type is Sword God Luan. If anyone Arch-Gens for Dark, since this is only consisting of characters that Arch-Gen for Dark allies, they belong to Group C. Group D, this Arch-Gen type is for characters that Arch-Gen for Fire only. So we all know Summer Iris, she's broken, right? But she only increases all Fire allies arc gauge by 10. This would mean that she is type D. Next is one of the easiest, and I really do mean the easiest groupings that you will ever know of in this game. Group E. Group E is also known as the crossover Arch-Gen type. This Arch-Gen type consists of everyone you probably would think it would consist of. Ainz, Hoka, Evil Eye, Summer Chloe, New Year's Shuna. If anybody is a crossover unit and they Arch-Gen unconditionally, like to everyone, they belong to type E. Group F, and this is a very easy Arch-Gen type as well to identify. If you ever see one of those arts where it's like, hey, your entire team will receive this Arch-Gen as long as everyone is above 50% HP. Anybody that has that condition are type F. The last one, and this one's also relatively easy, is type G. Now, type G is for characters that Arch-Gen for everyone, but they Arch-Gen on their skill. Characters like Star God Lisa, they have characters like Rin and Luvia, and Summer Rivi, also Vittoria. All these characters Arch-Gen on their skill, and because of that, they belong to Group G. Why did I tell you all those groups, and why is it important to know what typing your character belongs to whenever you go to use them in a team comp? If a character belongs to the same group, like for an example, Emperor and Haruto. Emperor's 7 arts per second and Haruto's 7 arts per second will not stack with each other. So instead of getting 14 arts, you will only be getting 7 from one of these characters. The way for your Arch-Gen to actually stack is by using characters that belong to different groups of Arch-Gen. As long as your character belongs to different Arch-Gen groups, you are fine. They are going to be able to stack Arch-Gen. If they're the same, then that's where it's bad. Think of it like magnetism. Opposite attracts. If you're the same, you repel. There is a group of Arch-Geners that belong to a very unique Arch-Gen type, which allows them to stack with literally every single Arch-Gener in the game, no matter what. I'm going to tell you about those characters right now. Starting with the Group EX1, are characters that Arch-Gen only for themselves. Malim, Speedo Sound Sonic, Summer Ilya, Veldora, Halloween Forte skill, Arthur skill, FM Heart. Anybody that is Arch-Genning only for themselves belongs to this typing. There's another typing called Group EX2. And EX2 involves characters that actually will arch-gen for the entire team. And the biggest character that belongs to this arch-gen typing that a lot of you may know is Mako. Mako is able to stack with every single arch-genner in the game, regardless of their arch-gen type. The only character she cannot stack with is herself. So, and then the final one is Group EX3. These guys are the units that ramp arch-gen, like for example, Chobei, Goblin Slayer, Rem, Jay. These guys belong to Group EX3. If you're able to stack arch-gen with yourself on any of your abilities, that allows you to be on Group EX3. So any of the rampers that stack arch-gen, they're here. This is always a very tricky topic I want to say to cover because it can either come off as very complex or it can come off as being very simple. There's really no in between, and I tried to do it this time around where you guys can maybe decide for yourself whenever you see a new character release, oh, what arch-gen type are they? And then you're instantly able to know they are this and that or whatever. Of course, there are some exceptions like I mentioned before. Like for an example, Saitama has like self arch-gen buffs, but he belongs to Type B arch-gen because he's such an old unit that they never bothered to change his code to the other arch-gen group since that one came a lot later compared to whenever he initially released back in the day. For the most part, the guidelines and the principles that I taught you today when it comes to the arch-gen groups are what we go with now and for the foreseeable future when it comes to GS. Hopefully, one day, they will actually make use of this tag system they have in the game to just tell you what arch-gen type a certain character belongs to, because that would make it the easiest way for you to actually be able to know, hey, this guy is a Type B arch-genner or whatever, instead of having me and then also everybody else in the community who's made countless guides, documents, videos on arch-gen types. Of course, if you have any more questions about arch-gen or anything, please leave them down below in the comment section. I'll try to answer as many as I can. Or of course, you can always check out my Discord or hit me up on Twitter and I'll see if I can talk to you on there. Even though I did just show you the entire list of every arch-genner, if you want to try to like do something really cool and see if like you can understand it, here's a little test you can do. If you see a unit in your box that arch-gens and you're curious about what arch-gen type they are, or if you see a unit coming out soon and you're wondering what arch-gen type they are, try to guess for yourself based on all the information you've gathered in this video. And if you get it right, hey, good job. There you go. You're starting to slowly understand the arch-gen typing. But that's going to be it for this video, man. Thank you all again for coming out. It's been your boy P. If you enjoyed this one, have to check out this video right here. It talks about some of the things that I feel like GS really needs in 2025 that would spice things up drastically. I'll meet you over there, but hey, one more thing before you leave, don't forget to drink water.